My name is Harry, and I'm from London.
Meghan Markle here. Today is August 4th, 2023. It is 1:41 a.m. I'm probably gonna have two videos. The first video is gonna focus on the Byline Times and some other Voyovats kind of tweets, and that will be 9 tweets on that one plus an article. And the other video will be, the second video will be about Meghan and her birthday, and that will be about 14 tweets and some other tweets that I started putting on the list since my last recording yesterday morning. So that will be on the second video. So all right, let's look at my back end. 3,066 subscribers. My estimated revenue is $321.52. And lately I've been sharing this page as well. There's my channel analytics, and okay, same thing, $321.52, and that's how many views I have since the last 48 hours. 3,066 subscribers. Okay, so let's go on Twitter. Okay, so yesterday when I finished editing, I don't think I had finished editing the video, but I came across this article late in the afternoon. Late in the afternoon. So I quickly put it on my community board for you. Some of you probably already read it, but I'm reading it now for the first time the following day. Okay, so Byline Times, special investigation, Dan Wootton and Martin Brenning, the proof. And part 7 of this investigation. Did I see part 6? I think the last one that I shared was part 5. I don't think I saw part 6. Well, after I finish record, I'll check to see if I see part 6. All right, then okay. And part 7 of this investigation, then Evan Wright and Tom Latchin reveal the internet data leaks that ties the TV presenter to the online aliases he has not denied being connected to. All right, so let's go on the article and then come back to read some of the comments. Not a lot, but to get a sense what other people are saying. All right, so there's the article. The link will be in the description. Dan Wootton and Martin Brenning, the proof. Okay. GB News star Dan Wootton twice used an identical password as the catfishing pseudonym Martin Brenning and Maria Joseph to subscribe to a movie sharing website Byline Times can reveal. The presenter used the password along with the email addresses for his private web domain danwootton.com. How the hell did they find this? And also his official News of the World account. They were leaked and published on a publicly available data breach, breach directory in October 2018. Okay, so that's how they get it. Alongside Wooten's 2 email addresses revealed and a dump of log and detail for 743,280 users of the defunct film indexing service mydvd.overhere.com, where the email addresses Byline Times reveal Brenning and Joseph had used to trick and bribe scores of men into sharing compromising sexual materials over at least a 10-year period. Over a 10-year period! Oh my God, he must have a lot of people. Oh my Lord! 10 years period. Okay, all 4 of the accounts use the same unusual 8-character password. To protect Wooten's privacy, this newspaper is not publishing the password, which his new representative today appeared to confirm was indeed used by the journalist. Okay, so that been confirmed. Further analysis of the databases, which are openly available online, shows Wooten also used the same password for his LinkedIn and MySpace profiles alongside music and fitness app site between October 2016 and October 2018. Byline Times commissioned analysis of the data by an eminent PhD specialist in mathematical prediction modeling. The expert said the chances of Wooten's password randomly duplicating those of Brenning and Joseph were 0. He explained, quote, assuming that a user can choose any 8-letter password using the 26 lowercase, 26 uppercase, and 0 to 9, then approximately 136 trillion passwords could be formed. Oh my goodness. If each of the 700,000 accounts is expected to have a unique password, then the probability that 3 are the same will be 1 over, is it 700,000? Is that what it is? Yeah. When there's no comma, my eyes tends to get blurry a little bit. Okay, to the third power, approximately 3 times 10 to my 18th power, right? Or basically 0. Okay, so these are the ones that, okay, I read this. Did I read this one? I don't. Martin Brenning, his first victim, July 24th. Did I read that? August. This one, I don't think I read that. This one, I didn't read that. Okay, Showbiz Truth, Murdoch. Okay, maybe I'll read that later. Okay, this one I did not read. August 1st. Okay, this is the start of a wider report into a toxic culture of the national media. We want to keep telling the story. Contributions to our media to crowdfunder will go directly to funding our journalism. Okay, so I'll come back and read this, but let's continue with this article. In a special 3-year investigation into the personal and professional conduct of 40-year-old Wooten, this newspaper has uncovered extensive evidence that he targeted journalistic colleagues, friends, and members of the public with elaborate ruses to obtain private sexually explicit imagery. Byline Times have revealed how Wooten, whose Mail Online columns has been paused while an independent investigation is conducted by DMG Media following this newspaper's report, rented the Facebook account of adult film stars so he could catfish unsuspecting victims into being the subject of covert sex video and charge it to his employers, and how Murdoch's News UK paid of 6 employees of The Sun who said Wooten forced them out of their jobs. This newspaper has exposed Wooten as Maria Joseph, a honey trap who for years harassed men for nude pictures. We have unmasked him as Martin Brenning, a faceless character who targeted men, some heterosexual and married, with bribes of up to £30,000 for compromising images. One gay man, carefully drawn in by Brenning, even became the object of a 10-year blackmail campaign that saw him forced to make a secret sex film of his own partner, leaving him at the brink of suicide over his action. Though Wooten has said he denied any allegations of criminality, his representatives have not denied that he is or is connected to the identities of Brenning and Joseph. So today, in the 7th part of our investigation, this newspaper is taking a deep dive into Wooten's online presence and reporting on its findings. All of Byline Times evidence has been lawfully and ethically covered using open sources, and begin with an examination of the email addresses Martin Brenning at live.co.uk and Maria Joseph at live.co.uk. Okay, the audit trail. Okay, first, Byline Times engaged a cybersecurity professional to examine the 2 anonymous webmail addresses which this newspaper has independently established were set up between May 2007, 3 months after Wooten first began working for Murdoch, June 2008 in the case of Brenning, and February 2009 in the case of Joseph. By running the 2 addresses through a specialist anti-cybercrime software, we discovered that both had been revealed in a leak from the My DVD overthere.com site in October 2018. This data breach exposed the identical password attached to both. The cyber expert who ensures online security for a number of high-profile figures said, quote, "The password was very specific, so then I reverse searched the system for breaches that contain that password. Within that search, there were several particular entries, at least 5 further webmail addresses containing the name Wooten or a close variant turned up in the reverse search with the identical password. However, to preserve the integrity of our research, Byline Times excluded the 5 from its statistical analysis and instead focused entirely on the October 2018 My DVD leak with its use of official proprietary addresses for Wooten, the most recent of which was published online in a data breach in April this year among a smaller data set of just over 743,000 compromised user details. By examining pages of my DVD.overhere.com site, preserved and snapshots by the web crawling Internet Archive, the Wayback Machine, Byline Times discovered the site used to be a valuation and indexing tools for the promotion of personal DVD collections. My DVD was also on authoring software format used by video editors who wanted to make professional looking homemade films on DVDs and higher resolution with added menu features and music. Byline Times investigators also looked for other connection between Maria Joseph and Martin Brenning in order to further establish their interactivity online. They yielded a new connection between the two, revealed on the open source Spokio.com site, linking them to a further single LinkedIn account. Oh my lord. This newspaper has spoken to the owner of LinkedIn account, who says they have no knowledge of either Martin Brenning or Maria Joseph, although they knew of Wooten from his television and newspaper roles. Okay, our digital research into the links between Wooten, Brenning, and Joseph supports a series of direct human testimonies gathered by this newspaper. They include the accounts of Wooten's former partner Alex Truby, who says in 2012 he discovered a holdall containing chat records of Brenning along with covered sex video in Wooten's flat. Okay, I think that was from the first article that I read, where I think he was watching his flat while Wooten was out, and he saw a bunch of DVD. Is it a case? Something, a case behind, is it his washing machine or something like that? And then that's where he saw it. Okay. Alongside Mr. Truby, Byline Times has spoken to multiple sources who have provided solid connections between Wooten and Brenning. We have heard firsthand how Wooten told a friend, quote, in moments of crisis, end quote, of his activities as Brenning and fear a, quote, pile on, end quote, of victims should he be exposed. Another case, this newspaper heard how Wooten emerged from the shadow of the Brenning persona, which he had been using to control a man into making sex films with strangers for him, to directly proposition him to make unlawful covert recordings. Byline Times has gathered statements from victims of Maria Joseph who elicit critical facts from the catfish. When one accused Joseph directly of being Wooten, the Facebook account presenting as hers immediately shut down. Another victim realized that Joseph's Facebook profile had geolocation in New Zealand, Wooten's native country, which he visits regularly. When the victims quizzed Joseph about it, they forced an admission that the person messaging was in fact a man who continued to sexually harass them, offering them escort work, quote, if it was completely kept quiet, end quote. Joseph added in the email of 8 June 2013, quote, okay, I'll admit I'm actually a guy. Will you ever get a from a guy for good money? If you knew, it would be completely discreet. Okay, the victim told this newspaper, Quote, I had a connection to Dan through work. There was no other reason for Maria Joseph to target me. It was really dark behavior. 7 days ago, Byline Times presented the raw data in this article to the Metropolitan Police as part of an update to a 28-page dossier on our investigation, which we first made available to detectives on 20 June 2023 before publishing the first article in this series on 17 July. Byline Times has asked the new legal representative for Dan Wootton details questions about the password breaches. In response, they did not deny the connection between the 4 accounts and appeared to confirm that Wooten used the password for the account mentioned in this article. We will update this article if we hear more from Wooten or his representative. So he's not denying any of these. Oh my goodness. Wow. Let me click on, where's the, okay, I think I said this one, August 1st. Did I? Yeah, I don't think I read that one. Okay, I'll come back to this. Let's go back to Twitter to read some of the comment here, and then I'll go back to the other article, this article. Okay, let me put this and the link in the description. Both of them are right. This, the link, the first article that I read is in the description, and that one is also in the description. Okay, so let's see. Most excellent and riveting journalism. Just receiving my first copy of the Byline Times, and this just adds to my admiration for a much needed source of truth. Okay, thanks for your support, Kath. Okay, so these okay, a rare case of actual journalism in this country. Fair play. I'll be signing up to support. Okay, thanks for your support. You did it. The floodgates are now open. All right, let's see here. Okay, at long last, there's a whole computer trace trail to the Dan Wootton scandal. Then right now. Okay, keep them coming. Keep writing about him. Excellent journalism. Please keep up with the good work you're doing. Your dedication to true journalism is appreciated. Thank you. Yeah, if they did not have the backup, there's no way, because this is a huge allegation. This is a huge allegation. If he didn't have backup things, document to back up his claim, there's no way he will write this. Okay, after this, I'm gonna go back to Byline. Technically not illegal, but he is no way fit to morally judge anyone ever again. At GB News, funny that Mail Online, look at this black, okay, have paused this his column but not confirmed this. Coincidence? Slimmy Smirky, I now believe in karma. Okay, so let's read this one. Okay, so this one was written on 1st August. Truby's truth, how Murdoch made Dan Wootton into a monster. All right, so let's see here. Okay, Alex Truby is the former partner of GB News' biggest rating puller Dan Wootton, the New Zealand journalist who has made a career out of invading private lives and passing public judgment for big bucks. From Prince Harry and Meghan Markle to Johnny Depp and Amber Heard. Okay, these are the things, especially Johnny Depp, I've been recording about. This, he must have, there's possibly, he must have something on, allegedly, okay, allegedly, based on some of the things that I've read, on the judge that oversaw Johnny Depp's case. It must be, because there is absolutely no way Johnny Depp will lose that case. No way. Okay, and then I think, if I'm not mistaken, right after that judge preside over the Johnny Depp Amber Heard, no, let me make it clear, the Johnny Depp case against Dan Wootton and one of the tabloid, I forgot, is it the Sun? I'll look it up again. It was Johnny Depp versus the tabloid and then Wooten. Okay, not Amber Heard. It's the one in the United States that was Johnny Depp with Amber Heard, but the one in the UK is Johnny Depp against Dan Wootton and the one of the tabloid. Okay, that's the one Johnny Depp lost. So which means there is a possibility, allegedly, in my humble opinion, he probably had something on the judge. Therefore, the judge had to make them win and have Johnny Depp lose the case, because Johnny Depp proved his case. I don't know if Johnny Depp lawyer should bring this up. I don't know. But let's read this one. Okay, from Prince Harry and Meghan Markle to Johnny Depp and Amber Heard, from Philip Schofield to pop star Duncan James and the late tragic Caroline Flack, Wooten was Rupert Murdoch's celebrity attack dog for more than a decade. And when, let me not go there. Okay, so when instead of claiming his clothes one fateful day in 2012, Mr. Truby happened, he says, upon Wooten's own dirty laundry, his conscience simply will not let him take the easy path of turning a blind eye, as many others have done since. Okay, in his first ever interview, Mr. Truby, gently spoken and determined with a pronounced sense of fair play, relates the event that led to Byline Times' special 3-year investigation being published last month. This newspaper's report have exposed Wooten as a serial sexual catfisher, blackmailer, and prolific workplace bully, all of which the presenter denies. Byline Times has asked his representative on numerous occasions to confirm or deny whether Dan Wootton is or is connected to Martin Brenning, but it has received no response. But for Alex Truby, it all began behind the big double doors of the laundry cupboard. There's the thing that I was saying. And Dan Wootton's former one-bedroom flat on Leman Street in London's South after E1 postcode. Okay, a catfish setting discovery. Quote, I was cat sitting for Dan while he was on holiday in New Zealand. Mr. Truby explained, one day I was doing some laundry. I was looking for a dosing ball for the washing up powder and put my hand down the side of the washing machine, and there was a holder rammed down there. Intrigued and suspicious, Mr. Truby said he pulled at the black nylon and found the bag zipped and secured. Quote, I could tell it had stuff in it, he says. It wasn't just a unused sports bag or something, and my immediate reaction was that it was hiding something. So I pulled it out completely and found there was a little travel padlock where the holes in the zip net, and so I thought, okay, this is weird. And because it was flexible bag, I crumbled it to get the zipper open wide enough to get my hand fully inside, and I started pulling stuff out. Among other personal items, Mr. Truby says he found computer storage drives. Wow, there were also 2 external hard drives, he says, and I was very interested in those. I plugged one in, and there was one file I was drawn to because I recognized the name as someone who was a friend of Dan's. I started to dig into this one folder, and there was a video and a text file, which I opened first. It was a transcript of a MSN, okay, mainstream, okay, messenger conversation between 2 people. Oh my God. Wow. One was Martin Brenning, whose name I'd never heard before, and the other was the boyfriend of the person whose name was on the file. Oh my Lord. The transcript was between the boyfriend and Martin Brenning. Brenning was introducing himself as someone who was interested in making some sexual content. The transcript was essentially persuading the boyfriend to make this video without the consent of his partner if necessary. He adds, quote, the video file was exactly what I expect based on the transcript. It was a wide shot of a bedroom, a camera put up high in order, I immediately thought, for it not be seen. It was of the 2 people having sex, and I took it from the video that Wooten's target had no knowledge or consent of that being made at all. Oh my Lord. Okay, at the time, Mr. Truby had been in a relationship with Wooten on and off for about 3 years. He says he was stunned by the discovery. I had always known Dan was obsessive about this person, and I had never found it healthy. Mr. Truby told Byline Times, my immediate gut reaction was that Martin Brenning did not exist. It didn't make sense. How could it have come into Dan's possession? And I knew that Dan was already obsessive about the target. I knew Dan was Brenning, and that he had manipulated the partner into making the video. I felt sick to my stomach. Okay, Dan was my boyfriend. I was horrific. And when Dan came back to the UK, I confronted him about it. He then even tried to deny it. I said to him, mutton burning doesn't exist, it's you. And he fell on his knees and said, I'm sorry, I really effed up, I can't help it. Okay, it was him, he did it. And from that day, I know I have known 100% that mutton burning does not exist. He is just a name and a MSN account and email that Dan has been using to fix stuff for himself. The revelation marked the beginning of the end of the relationship that limped on for another year but never recovered from what Mr. Truby regarded as a terrible betrayal, both of those in the film and himself. I stayed with him because Dan emotionally blackmailed me all the time. He explained whenever I tried to leave, he would say I was deserting him. At a time of crisis, he controlled me. He watched and monitored me. I caught him accessing my email and snooping on my social media. I fear him. What? Okay. It enabled the worst parts of him and amplified them. It wasn't always this way. When Alex Truby first met Wooten, 3 years his junior, as a fresh-faced 23-year-old in London, they quickly became friends. Wooten was still a journalist, greenhorn, freshly arrived from New Zealand, and working for the television industry magazine broadcast. Mr. Truby was still embarking on his own career. Everything was possible for them, and they became close friends. But after a couple of years knowing each other platonically, and as Truby's relationship with a man he described, quote, as at that time, the love of my life, ran into trouble, he says Wooten began to pressure him for more. I thought Dan was my best mate, he said, quote, but he put me under immediate pressure to move things forward with him. I was asking for time and space, but I got ultimatum. I was put in a position. He said, we either get together or I'm going from your life completely. Okay, I was vulnerable. I had just lost what I thought was the love of my life, and suddenly I was going to lose my best mate too. Oh my Lord. I didn't even have time to grieve the relationship. I just found myself trembling into this relationship with Dan. Mr. Truby says the change in Wooten once he left broadcast in 2007 for Rupert Murdoch's most feared tabloid, the now defunct News of the World, was profound. When I first met him, the biggest stories he did were about who picked up TV right for this or that show, he says. It was very different to the News of the World, but working for Murdoch, that environment, which was very ruthless, very cutthroat, very competitive for the biggest stories, changed them. It enabled the worst part of him and amplified them. He was so driven by the pressure. Thereafter, a while, it was everything. He became one of their biggest ever performers, getting all these splashes front page. He will get very angry if he ever felt screwed over on a story. He will make moves against colleagues to stop them from sharing bylines with him. If he ever had to share credit for a story, he won't like it. He got mad about it. Oh my God. He was very, very focused on getting his name on the front page of the News of the World weeks after weeks, as many times as he could possibly get it on there. And his bosses love him for that and rewarded it. The toxicity of that paper, which everyone knows about now, it has shut down, probably did push him into employing bad tactics, but I think by nature you're either capable of that kind of level of ruthlessness or not. Something came together there. There was pressure, and because of his ambition, he was capable of it. Wooten growing power at the then most read newspapers in the English-speaking world led to practice which Mr. Truby now regarded as potentially corrupt, and which gave Wooten the financial power to further his own interests. Dan had the News of the World pay money to my bank account as a source, an absolute minimum of 10 times, he said. He told me it was for his actual sources, and I knew his boss knew who I was, so I didn't question it too much. It was never life-changing sums, always 100, not 1,000, but still big lumps. Okay, I didn't really understand his world. I just thought it was a normal thing for reporters to do something in order to protect people's confidences. Okay, I will give the money to him. What? They get what? They pay the guy, put it in his account, and then he ended up giving it back to Dan Wootton. Okay, I will give the money to him, and I don't know what happened to it after that. He had other friends who do it for him too. What in the name? To try and paint me as abusive is abusive. When the news of the world shut down and disgraced in 2011 amid the phone hacking scandal, Wooten moved first to the Daily Mail as an editor at large before returning to the Murdoch's fold with the Sun title. I think that was the Sun Johnny Depp was suing. I think. I'll look it up. He eventually moved from the Sun in 2021 after falling out with editor Victoria Newton and found himself at GB News, where Mr. Truby says he turned his back on a long background of left-leaning personal politics. When I knew him, his politics were centered to center-left. He says he was always so proud that one of his first break was interviewing Helen Clark when she was a Labour Prime Minister in New Zealand. Dan comes from a family of liberal people. His family are educators. When I knew him, his politics were the same as theirs. I never got an inkling from him that he will ever align himself with the hard right. Okay, I think he is faking it on GB News for the money and because he burned so many bridges in the mainstream media. Oh my lord, Mr. Truby. Well, this guy, he's probably true. When you look at some stuff that I come across, he might be right. Okay, Mr. Truby looked back with regret on the 4 year from 2009 to 2013 he spent with Mr. Wooten. I wish I've been braver, he told Byline Times. I wish I walked away sooner. I wish I hadn't given him so much of what should have been an amazing part of my life. However, I did, and I'm over it. I'm not here for some kind of personal revenge against Dan or for how I was mistreated. I'm not that kind of a person. The powerful platform Wooten enjoyed with GB News allowed the presenter to launch a live on-air attack after the first part of his newspaper's investigation was published on Byline Times. Its journalists and other, he alleged erroneously, are part of a hard left campaign to have the channel cancelled. Mr. Truby, who had already written about the Hold All revelation in a viral Twitter thread, was attacked by his former partner as abusive live on air, with Wooten making strong allegation that Alex Truby had previously threatened him with violence. Okay, speaking to Byline Time, Mr. Truby candidly addressed Wooten's accusation, quote, "To try and paint me as abusive is abusive in itself," he said. It was an extension of his behavior when we were together. I know I'm no abuser and I'm square with that. I still share a dog with my most recent ex. I am close friend with the two before that. I am in a very happy and supportive relationship now. On the alleged threat of violence, Mr. Truby said, quote, "On more than one occasion, Dan targeted my friends online, and knowing what I did about Martin Brenning, I was scared of what Dan would do. Something did happen not long after TV presenter Caroline Flack had died around February 2020. I saw Dan crying what I thought were crocodile tears about Caroline. It galled me, so I tweeted briefly about the Hold All discovery. I deleted the post after about 8 hours. I had a call from a mutual contact who put pressure on me on Dan's behalf. Later, Dan's lawyer started following me on social media. It felt intentionally to silence me with legal threat." No wonder why I didn't see it. I think I read that thread somewhere, either personally but not on video. I think I did. Okay, at the exact same time, Dan went after someone very close to me. It felt predatory and intentional. I didn't see any choice but to act. And yes, I messaged him, and yes, I told him to stay the F away from my friends. And in the heat of that moment, I used strong words, but just words. I am not a violent person. Mr. Chubby is still bruised by Wooten's on-air verbal assault. The moment I saw it, I felt sick. He says it was scary. I knew that he was going to hit back at me for speaking out. That's in character with the man I know. But to try and call me an abuser live on TV when I could find 100 character references to the contrary, that I didn't see coming. And I still can't believe his bosses let it happen. It's deranged. Yet, despite the deeply personal ad hominem abuse, a national newscaster allowed Wooten to bring down on his former partner, Alex Chubby, is remaining calm and committed to his truth. Quote, I'm hoping this story goes somewhere, he said. I'm hoping the right people look at what has gone on and that people learn the truth, and that is it. All right, so this is the article I did not read. So 2 articles. All right, so I went back to Twitter already. So let's see here. Let's go to the next tweet that I have. I have a lot more. It's already 2:18. So there's this here. I shared this on my community board, and it's a screenshot. I don't have the link of this. Okay, Prince William's a bully. Fave tab mouthpiece. Dan Wootton exposed deserve no grace. He spent 3 years attempting to destroy Princess Meghan for daring to live. Her miscarriage didn't stop him. Her pregnancy didn't stop him. Leaving England didn't stop him. He is not a victim. Isn't for more like 7 years from what I understand, not 3, that he's been bothering Meghan. Okay, Mail suspend Dan Wootton as allegation investigated. Okay, journalists deny claim he used pseudonym to secretly offer colleagues tens of thousands of pounds for sexual material. Okay, that's from The Guardian. Like I said, I do not have the link of that article. Okay, did Sam to Caroline Flack try it with Adele, disgusting person who should be in jail. Definitely not a victim. There's that. Comma has no deadline. There's this. Totally agree. He's the schoolyard bully who's met his match and now he's been found out. Absolutely despicable piece of work. Deserve everything coming to him. Okay, so that's regarding those articles that I just read on this video and previous videos as well that Byline did on him. Okay, next tweet. Okay, so this is, let me pause. This is a video. It's 50 seconds. Okay, I think we hurt Dan Wootton's feelings. That's the laugh. I've said it before and I'm saying it again. People are gonna learn to leave Meghan Markle alone. Martin Braining, the squad did nothing to you. Call Prince William for help. He's an expert on hiding skeleton. F1 find out. Okay, so what is this about? And I think the next tweet is related to that video as well.
No. The people who they have to go after. No, let me tell you. I really mean this because I've experienced it myself a lot. The people who they have to go after is this vile group of internet trolls called Sussex Squad. Sussex Squad. The Sussex Squad, who are their supporters. And they spread disinformation, vile lies. They are literally the Sussex Squad. Sussex Squad. The Sussex Squad are the most vile, vicious spreaders of disinformation and hate and illegal material on all of the internet. And that's...
Well, I blocked so many of the UK people, the tabloid of UK. How we... I mean, if you guys don't put it out, we will not attack back. Oh my God. No wonder the squad are laughing. If you then start, we will not follow through. You people keep on starting on Meghan. My goodness.
Their supporters. So I don't know where they get off talking about cyberbullying, Victoria. I don't.
Well, it sounds like they need to kind of bring it closer to home then, if that is the case. That is sort of one of the reasons that not really on Twitter, because it is like the...
This is why they're trying to mess up Twitter. This is why they're trying to mess up Twitter. They want to do their nonsense and peace. Okay, spread their lies. You have all those people, the same group of people who tormented Princess Diana. Okay, the same group. They tried to torment Meghan. Okay, Meghan left the UK long time ago, but they're still talking about her. Okay, so they want to do that nonsense in peace. Let me read some of the comment. Okay, I can't see this one exactly. My. Button Brennan and Maria Joseph is apoplectic only. Does anyone out there still listen to this caricature? Even the Daily Mail has suspended him. It was on Channel 4 News Britain. Okay, so what is that? Bango. There's the article, so I'll leave the link in the description. Mail Online suspends Dan Wootton as allegation investigated. Okay, so I'm not gonna read it, I read enough article, but I'll leave the link in the description for you. Okay, let's go back. Look at how I find the link. I'll put it on my community board as well. Okay, there's this. The other part of this video, they were saying the Sussex Squad is a very small group. I don't agree with that. They are worldwide and definitely not trolls, but genuine people seeing the bullying, harassment of Meghan and Harry, and they feel they cannot just keep quiet. That's it. Okay, it's very therapeutic seeing Dan's pain. Therapeutic to see his pain. It's only a fraction of the pain he has caused others with his vile, unscrupulous rumors and lies he presents almost daily. Okay, the squad is accountability police. Okay, may he be an example for all the haters. Okay, the squad is a response to the tabloid. That's it. That's what I see also. Is a response to the tabloid. Like, I don't follow them for me to start anything. I will respond based on what I know of their lies. Okay, the squad is a response to the tabloid vile, vicious lies, hateful disinformation, and bullying of Harry and Meghan. They want to dish it but can't take it. Well, they have their daily rags, and we have Twitter, which has a much wider audience, so our counter narrative will win. And this is the thing, I'm telling you, this is why they try to mess up Twitter. They're saying all sort of thing. I'm moving out. I don't want to be on Twitter. You hear all sort of gossip, but the squad still remain. And I'm like, I'm not going anywhere. I'll open other accounts, but I'm not going anywhere until they shut Twitter down completely. Because Twitter has a great amount of people worldwide. All right, and we already know where to find each other if Twitter were to be gone. Okay. He was used to attack people with abandon. Sussex Squad held him to account and challenged him. He broke the story about Harry and Meghan leaving, spinning the facts and attacking them relentlessly. With his friends unchallenged, Sussex Squad exposed he is Martin Brennan and he cries foul. Well, byline, okay, byline. He was also very sloppy. There's this, a lot of hashtag, there's that, yep, problems. Okay, the tabloids are beyond toxic. Yeah, must be doing something right if this sad little man is this shook. William is a bad guy. All hate and sinew. This is tormented fellow. Well, isn't that the part calling the kettle black? There's the laugh, people are laughing. Alright, I think the next one is another video of him. Let's see if it's also 50 seconds. Is it? Yeah, that's the same one, so I'm not gonna play it. So someone retweeted it. Okay, they wanted to harass and abuse Meghan and peace without pushback, and the squad said no, not on our watch. Now he's crying like a sad little man he is, period. That is true. Okay, he is the biggest piece of trash to come out of New Zealand. He is a troll, a liar, and a hateful man. Okay, sad little man is blaming the squad for decades of his own vile, disgusting behavior. Wow. Narcissists and bullies like him always think they'll get away with it. Dan Wootton, okay, there's all those hashtag. There's the laugh. Sad little man is not the only one who feels that way. My stomach hurts from laughing so hard. So there's all of the other ones who, the same group of people. And well, when Princess Diana was alive, Dan Wootton was still a young, I don't know, maybe in his teen or something. Because he pick up where all the others have been doing. Okay, this is Arbiter and all of them. They've been doing the same thing to Princess Diana. Okay, he just made that Byline Times and Sussex Squad have been relentless about holding him accountable for his behavior. Okay, he is actually not a sad little man, but a very bad little man. That's true. Okay, he can't believe anyone stood up to him. That's it. Okay, there's the clown. Gosh. This smells like deflection from Dan Wootton Martin burning, Dan Wootton scandal, as if he have any clue about an honest committed relationship. This low class dude is such a wannabe. He's mad because he can't harass Meghan in peace. Sorry, big itch. Okay, laughing my ass off. Not him projecting exactly what he and people like him really are on the squad. I've noticed lots of British people in the media and the monarchy do that. The only thing they do is what they accuse people of. That's it. And believe me, I learned this from the get-go when I started covering Harry and Meghan. Then bother to click on it. Alright, so there's that. Let's go to the next one. So I happened on Twitter while editing the video and I came across this. And this is what many Brits needs to do, okay, because the noise in the UK is so powerful.
Looking good, Dan.
I'm trying to mute it, okay. This is what each individual Brits need to do, is to put their truth out there. Speak up. One little voice, okay, one drop of rain, okay, collectively make a puddle, eventually make a tsunami, okay. So this is what I want to see when people individually put their truth out there, so they don't become under the umbrella of the tabloid. Because from the outside, okay, from any country, when you're looking at any country, when a voice, the tabloid, is talking about them, about the country, it make it seems like it's the entire country that is like that, as if they're talking for the country. You could look at when Trump was president, when things were happening, you would assume it's the entire the US if you are from the outside. So people need to speak up, let their truth be out there, so people, those noises that the tabloid is making, so you could say, I'm not part of this nonsense. All right, so let's listen to this. Okay, the audacity of this coward. There's the I. Is he really blaming the Sussex Squad? Is he really that dumb, or just plain ignorant? We, the Sussex Squad, are here to stay. Then trust and believe we will continue holding him accountable until he's behind bars. All right, so this is, I believe this is a TikTok, and this is someone from the UK. It seems like 45 seconds.
Or is it Martin Brannan or Maria Joseph? Byline Times have actually published the receipts. And it's not looking good, Dan. Clearly it's not looking good, because now even the Daily Mail has finally suspended you. Far later than it should have, but it has done it. You seem to still be on GB News. Yesterday you were trying to say that those dark forces, nefarious forces, was actually Meghan trying to get you, or Harry and Meghan fans. But it was you, wasn't it, Dan, all the time? You have been your own worst enemy, and now you're being held to account. And for some reason, the establishment have decided to protect you. Seemingly, they're beginning to fall now. So, good luck, Dan, because I think you're going to need it. Because that report is damning.
That's right.
Or is it Martin Brannan or...
Okay, I give her credit. I saw it, I quickly stopped editing, and then I decided to insert it. I don't even... Let me see. Let's see what some of the... There's the video that I was just talking about. Let's see some of the comment. He needs to worry less about us and how he's gonna avoid HMP placement. There's the clap. Dirty Dan seems to be missing the hypocrisy of his little sob story. All right, there's the clap. All right. Why is he still on the air? He is friend with William and Kate. This couple should be exposed for their work with Dan. He was one of the vile attackers of Harry and Meghan. Alright, so let's go back to the original recording. And I give this lady prop for speaking out. Thank you. Okay, this is what we need. Individually speak out with their truth, because the tabloid is making it seem like they're talking on behalf of the country. You have this lady, for instance. Thank you for telling your truth. And you have Byline. These are, I believe, the reporters and Byline are Brits. Okay, so they're putting their truth out there. This is how we fight democracy. All right, so let's get back to the original recording. There's a video again. I don't know if it's the same thing. Okay, maybe related to it. Okay, the bitterness that drips from the tongue of many British person of color against Meghan Markle is just that, bitterness. Their frustration stems from envy and self-hate. Gorgeous Meghan escaped UK and is prospering in the US, while they stay stagnant and unaccomplished. Okay, so what is that? Is that a video? Okay, something went wrong. Okay, so this is not there. Okay, the woman of color who made that nasty comment is Ravia. Oh, I remember it was a video. There's that lady there, but I didn't watch it. I left it for me when I'm recording, but they remove it. Okay, Ravia is saying she does this in hope of gaining favor of people who wouldn't bat an eye to do the same on her kids or her, and wouldn't spit on her if she was on fire. I've witnessed so many UK person of color stand on their knees to step on other person of color. Okay, when we promoting hate against another woman of color will not make them treat you any better. If anything, you've given them an excuse to treat you worse in the future. Okay, and when that comes again, and it will, don't look at any person of color to console you. Let's see here. So there's this tweet. She retweeted that. Okay, there was some misleading headlines today about me that had unfortunately been taken out of context. I was talking about my sliding door moment in a podcast. It was a story from 2012 when I thought my career wasn't going to plan, but then through resilience and determination as a single mother, new opportunities present themselves at ITV. My point was not to give up in the face of adversity. I'm so fortunate to be presenting at ITV and GB. Okay, good morning Britain and Lorraine, and never taking any of it for granted. Happy Saturday. Okay, so this is something different. I don't want to branch out. I still have more things to share with you. Is who now? Some British person of color who is bitter that Harry and Meghan are prospering beyond her. Okay, it is not the first time Ravi is spewing crap about Meghan. She does it all the time. Okay, she's vile. Okay, I'm not in the UK. I remember the picture that I saw, the video, when I was bookmarking this. That was since this morning, but they remove it. All right, let's go to the next tweet. Well, just baggage for God. That's all. Baggage for God. Next tweet. There's this. Remember this at Sky News. Is Rupert Murdoch on station? Rupert is protecting the other royal family by giving y'all this shitty article. Sky News is not a new, but it is a mafia station working on corrupting the narrative. I've seen Sky News abusing Harry and Meghan since 2018. Okay, so there's that. Is a screenshot. PR stunt royal expert slam Harry and Meghan's unnatural video. Unnatural. Did I respond to that? Yep, there is me here. Okay, let's read from bottom up. Okay, whatever is here. Okay, maybe I should spread false information so they can know how it feels to be lied about. There's a laugh, but I'm better than they are. Okay, hate liars. Sky News is trash. I stopped watching it a long time ago. When you see anything on it, just think, what news are they trying to bury today? Or who are they inciting hatred toward? Shameless media. Okay, the whole British media is a mafioso organization. They use word virtual the same way. The mafia will use the machine guns to the same end result. They have tried really hard with Meghan and Harry. I was so happy that people stood up for them as they stood up for themselves. Okay, hence why they are going Republic in Australia. The virtual is not hurting Harry and Meghan any more than the royal family and their brand. Okay, there's me here. Unnatural, they mean Burger King. There's this. He responded to that tweet. It's a shame they didn't celebrate the young people who won the prizes and the way they reacted to the calls. I didn't notice anything staged at all. Lovely, excited experience for the young people. The poison press can take that away. They're talking about the video that Harry and Meghan put out the other day for the RT grant. Alright, they have looked like this ever since they stepped out of Invictus years back. Absolutely true. He responded to that. Do you know there's absolutely no reason? Do you know there's absolutely no need to share negative stories about Harry and Meghan? The Sky News is happy and won't stop because they have fans who are sharing their articles to wider audience. I might be wrong, but we need to be careful not to be the ones who amplify hate. That's true. So he then he just put the screenshot. It's when the sometimes, like I said, I mean, it depends on how you see it, because I don't follow these people. I purposely choose not to follow these people, the one who's spreading, you know, the Sky News and all of that. They all have social media pages. I choose not to follow them. But those who are willing to follow, it's okay for me to read the headlines. Okay, for me, I find it okay, but and I amplify it in a way, but at least we know what they're talking about. So when their nonsense is spewing, we could always be ready. So it's always good to know what the other side is saying, but I don't know. Okay, it could be good and bad. It depends on how you see it. All right, next tweet, and I have two more after this. The Fell was the only British paper that put the irrelevant couple on the front page to comment on the baseless rumor created by themselves. Okay, will Harry and Meghan's loved up video silence the gossip? They did create their own nonsense and they're responding to it. I think one of the squad said that a long time ago. All right, they create their nonsense and then they respond to it. It could, I don't think it was me who started it. One of the squad said it a while back. Okay, how the tabloid work, where they create their story, pass it on, and then they try to solve it as their own, as if they're solving the problem. Okay, Daily Fair is just chasing its tail. That's all. Okay, so they are debunking a story that they made up. LOL. All right, I like this. Well, it's not that positive because it's trying to promote a totally bogus question as legit. Okay, that's ironic headline because the critics are the ones who wrote this story in the first place. Exactly. There's is that an ad? Yep, that's an ad. There's that. Okay, so they're looking at themselves in the mirror. This is the British media arguing with the shit they make up themselves. They are utterly useless. Yeah, that's it. I don't know. Phew. The entire system in the UK need to be revamped. Next tweet, one more. Okay, that's that. I'm pissed that Harry loves his wife and want her to attend. Okay, so she retweet Levine. Anyone else think that as the Invictus game is really Harry's, he could be allowed to go on his own to Germany in September? Meghan has many new options and she could let him get all the attention, but she's going to moderate and Harry the final speech. I mean, these people. Harry and Meghan, from the get-go, from the beginning, the way they met, the way they wanted to pursue each other, continue the relationship, is through their philanthropic work. They knew.
You know, whatever we have to tackle together or individually will always be us together as a team. So I think she's capable of.
So nicely said, isn't it?
I don't know. She's capable of anything. And together, as I said, there's a hell of a lot of stuff and work that needs doing. At the moment, for us, it's going to be making sure that our relationship is always put first. But no, look, both of us have passions for wanting to make change for good, and you know, with lots of young people running around the Commonwealth, that's where we're going to spend most of our time, hopefully.
And it was really one of the first things we connected on. It was one of the first things we started talking about when we met, was just the different things that we wanted to do in the world and how passionate we were about seeing change. I think that was that's what got date 2 in the books, probably.
Plenty to talk about.
Harry wanted someone who could handle these kind of things. So there's a reason why they are together.
I know the fact that she'll be really unbelievably good at the job part of it as well is obviously a huge relief to me, because she'll be able to deal with everything else that comes with it. But no, you know, we're a fantastic team. We know we are, and we hope to, you know, over time, try and have as much impact for all the things that we care about as much as possible.
I am very excited about that, yeah.
And Meghan, given your acting and the profile you had, you'd already been involved in various causes, you've been an ambassador for UN Women. What about this new role? I mean, you're going to have a bigger platform, a bigger voice. What do you want to do with it?
I mean, I think what's been really exciting as we talk about the transition of this out of my career but into the role is that, as you said, the causes that have been very important to me, I can focus even more energy on, because very early out of the gate, I think you realize once you have access or a voice that people are willing to listen to, with that comes a lot of responsibility, which I take seriously. And at the same time, I think in these beginning few months and now being boots on the ground in the UK, I'm excited to just really get to know more about the different communities here, smaller organizations who are working on the same causes that I've always been passionate about under this umbrella. And also being able to go around to the Commonwealth. I think it's just the beginning of a...
There's a lot to do.
Really?
There's a lot to do.
Okay, so for these evil people to think otherwise, alright? Can someone find... Okay, I don't want to talk about his business. Let me move on. Okay, and the business, they seem they cannot mind. They seem they cannot mind. They need to mind the effing on. Why can't these people spend their time doing something, you know, like productive to society? Baggage for God. Alright, if she doesn't go, then she's a... What is it? What's that emoji here? Okay, there's an animal. And her miserable friend will say that it proves there is on a shaky ground. Okay, things is, if she doesn't go, they complain and make up stories about divorce. When she does show up, they complain that she is drawing attention away. Best not to give attention to these people. They will only be happy if Meghan doesn't... Baggage for God. Okay, you see the last word. Maybe she needs to be investigated next. Who knows? All of them. Meghan and Harry also welcome and dusted off. We are delighted that Invictus is taking place in this beautiful city and Rhine, and kindly ask that we leave the British diatribes out of it. There will be wonderful competition, coverage, documentaries and events. Huge reason to rejoice. She is basically the first lady of the Invictus game and everyone loves her. I never thought of that. I really never thought of that. The first lady of Invictus. I really never thought of it that way. Yes, that is correct. She is basically the first lady of the Invictus games and everyone loves her, so she is wanted to be seen there. Angie needs to shut her trap. Okay, Habitana, okay, Habit Lena can work on her transparent jealousy and envy. Okay, this is the same clown who kept asking why Meghan didn't join Harry on the book tour for Spare, which was also Harry's project. Meghan can never win with these low lives. That is true. That is true. I remember. Okay, I don't remember her complaining about Mumbles following eggs to his eggplant award. Eggplant award. Let's go to the next tweet. There's more. Wow, I can't believe I cover all of this in 1 hour. It's 57 minutes. Alright, so that's okay. Let me put it. This is the last one. This is Kate Middleton parody account at Kensington Royal. Can you order me this? Thanks. Alright, so this is the dress that Meghan wore for that grant that they were giving. Okay, the sleeveless turtleneck color camel, 145 pounds. There's this, and the A-line skirt. Okay, 135 pounds. Okay, make sure you get a free scarf. Isn't everything free for me? Remember, this is the parody account. Okay, isn't everything free for me? Okay, it all sold out. Really sorry. Besides, there are no button on it. You know how much you love button on your outfit. This one is a little too classy for you. Oh my God, all sold out, Born. Alright, so that's it. Let's do a prayer. Prayer for what? Prayer for justice. Let's do that. Oh, prayer, justice. Let's see. Wow. Dear God, my strong redeemer and defender, I come to you today praying this prayer for justice, especially that your justice will prevail. I draw strength from the truth that you are the God of justice who defends the helpless and lift up the oppressed. Okay, so that's it. Please take a moment to subscribe, like, and share. If you want to support this channel, there's a PayPal link and a Cash App link in the description. You could donate. Those who have donated, thank you. When you see this little bubble that's going on, which means this video have done better than previous video. Okay, so it had, since the time it went public, how many views? 1.4 thousand views. Okay, so it did pretty well from previous video. That's what that means. Okay, I review it. That's what that means. Okay, so yeah, my estimate revenue $321.52. Alright, so that said, please take a moment to subscribe, like, and share. If you want to support this channel, there's a PayPal link and a Cash App link in the description. You could donate. Those who have donated, thank you. And I have a Patreon account. if you want to support me this way, I'll try my best to put a couple things there. I already have about 3 or 4 videos so far on Patreon, and it's just a form of supporting. I will not be creating any membership on YouTube for any of my channels. If you want to do membership, just go on Patreon. That's where my membership will lie on. Okay, so that's it. Thank you for your support.
It is a great privilege to be with all of you today.
You know, we ask for forgiveness, and please come back.
As you saw me find the love and happiness that I'd hoped for all my life. You are all in this together, and if I may speak personally, we are all in this together, because asking for help was one of the best decisions that I ever made. You will be continually amazed how life changes for the better.